Thank you so much for sticking with us. We are back at the private gardens located at 75 King Street, and we are sitting with Monica Seeger, homeowner and volunteer with the Historic Charleston Foundation. And thank you, first of all, for inviting us into your home, inviting us into your garden. Is this your first time participating in the Festival of Homes and Gardens?
No. I think I've probably done it 9 or 10 times.
9 or 10 times.
In 2 years, I actually helped run it and made all the calls to get people to agree to be on the tour.
That's incredible.
So it's hard after running it to say no.
Well, you have an absolutely beautiful home, and it would be a
Thanks.
shame if more people didn't get to see it.
Oh,
But
thank you.
Why was it important for you to feature the home?
I think it's really important to share the history of Charleston. I actually thoroughly enjoy opening it up. It's a lot of work getting ready to do it, but I just want people to leave and have had an experience that they would have otherwise not had, to be in just one of these antique houses here in town.
And please tell us more about 75 King.
Well, it was apparently built in the 1730s. William Elliott was actually a home builder. He had his office in the front room on the street, and there was a doorway, and clients would come in there and call on him. And it served during that time, of course, as a family home for him, but it was also a boarding school for girls at some point.
Really?
And we've seen pictures of it when it was just in dreadful repair, obviously, as a tenement at times. We've met families who've had family that lived here. They've stopped by at the front gate and told us stories. And other than that, it's our home now, and we're just loving it.
Well, and it has certainly changed over the years, gone through all those iterations to what it is today, which you have brought in modern living into such a historic home. So what have you changed since you've moved in?
We had the good fortune of buying it from someone who had already done a lot to the house. So initially it was just a matter of changing colors and fabrics on draperies and so forth. The kitchen and bath all the baths had been redone, and at some point I was ready for them to be more maybe like me than still feeling like I was living in someone else's kitchen. Sure. So we did make changes to those. We totally gutted what we call the hyphen, this area that connects the two houses, and used Mark Mariska to help us design a new kitchen and primary bath.
And it's important that you are able to live that modern lifestyle, but while preserving the original architectural details of the home. And some of those things, maybe you could walk us through a couple of those things, such as the floorboards and the door casings and things like that.
Yeah, that's all the same. The original floors, and then, like, for example, in the cypress room in the front, which was Mr. Elliott's office, we were told that had 26 coats of paint on it at some point. And so it had been detailed to a certain level. We took it down just that much more when we moved in. The casements, if they were replaced anywhere, were done in the same manner that was already in the home. And the fireplaces, surrounds and things are all the original ones, apparently, from what we've been told, other than the one in the cypress room, which probably got a lot of use and maybe had done some deteriorating.
Right, yeah. And being a neighbor with so many other historic homeowners, I'm sure that you've heard stories of what it is like to be a steward of history, to preserve it, to make it within living condition and preserve it for the rest of for future generations. So what does it mean as someone who has to carry that torch? I would think it's a huge undertaking.
Well, I think it's certainly something that you realize you will have to do when you buy the home. You know, the good news is they really have stood the test of time quite well. And I'm always saying that it's the appliances that go out. The house seems to be fine, but we seem to always be replacing the appliances. And I found it important for me to just make sure that anything we did felt appropriate for the style of the home. Do
you foresee making changes to it in the future?
No, I don't, because we just completed and just moved back in with the last few months all of the kitchen and the primary bath. We've just painted the home and all the shutters, and I've just spent a lot of time and effort putting the garden back together after the freeze. So I'm there. I said to my husband, it's the best time to sell.
Yeah, it's the best time to sell. No, don't say that.
He said, why don't we enjoy it? I was like, I don't know. It seems like it would be a good time to sell.
What you have done with the home, it looks like it's going to have a lasting impression on all the people that walk through. So, Monica, thank you so much for inviting us and being so generous. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
We're back after this.